Okay. Let me know if anyone can hear me. I'm gonna test the chat. Looks pretty good. Hello, Ken. How are you? Yeah, that's good. So, pretty exciting day yesterday, I guess. There was a lot of stuff all at once. Hello, Sharik. Nice to see you here. So, of course, today I just wanted to kind of look at some of the updates from yesterday. I installed Opencode, as you can see on the screen here. Hello. What is your... Do you have like a nickname? I can't really pronounce the Chinese signs. What do you think about Opus 4.1? Yeah. Well, it's been a little... Haven't really had too much time to try it out, right? But I thought today maybe if we find a good test case, we could do that. So it's... We have it here, of course, 4.1. Hello, Nick. Yes, we are live. MK, okay, that's good. Yeah, I can't... I guess that's Chinese, right? Or Japanese, I'm not 100% sure. But MK is good. So yeah, Opus 4.1, right? That's Korean. Okay, yeah, I can't really... I don't know about that. Hello, Edgar. Did you... I'm Korean. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Did you do your stream yesterday, Edgar? Yeah, so Opus 4.1. Maybe some of you guys have tried it more than me. I did one run with like in plan mode, but it's too early. And I've been also playing around with this Opencode, so don't have too much to report yet. I really like this Opencode, by the way. It was really cool. Hello, Pressmare. Apparently 4.1 is good for bug finding. Okay. It's really hard to compare 4 and 4.1, right? At least yet. Short one tested a new gpt-oss open source model now. Hello, Arsuni. Nice to see you back here. I learned to know what's Korean by using BitThumb Exchange back in 2017. Okay, that's cool. Hello, 2acre. How are you? Yeah, I tested out Opencode yesterday, and it's pretty cool, right? You have a bunch of models you can pick from. I kind of noticed like a big difference. I was really impressed by Qwen 3 and Horizon Beta 2. That was really good. GPT 120, we're gonna try it out today, I thought. gpt-oss 120b. So Horizon Beta built me this... I thought it was a really nice snake game. So I used Opencoder to build this snake game. It was really nice. Super smooth. It's not a big feat, but it was pretty cool. I like it. It was really cool. It's quite fun though. I might have something for the community later this week. Ooh, that'd be cool. Yeah, let me know. What is BitTumb, Sharik? I know it's on exchange, but is that still viable? Is it still up? Yeah, let me know on LinkedIn, Edgar. That could be cool. So what I did, like, just for a test, I kind of wrote the code with Opencode here, right? And we got this test test2.py here, right? From, I think it was Horizon that wrote this code. And then I kind of just switched to Claude here, and I said read test2.py, rate it from 1 to 10. Back in the day, there was an arbitrage I used between Polonax, Bitrex, and BitTump. Yeah, I heard about those arbitrages. Hello, the Pedroni. Nice to see you. RV. Back from testing GPT open source is actual trash. Yeah, we're gonna try it out today. What did you test it for, RV? So what I did is I wrote some code with Opencode, right? I picked a model. Then I used Claude Code here to just review the code. And the Horizon code, it gave like an 8 out of 10 for the snake game. Hello, Anthony. Nice to see you here. Coding tools, it does nothing very good. To be honest, I tested it quickly last night on Opencode, and it didn't go well. But we're gonna try it out. Maybe someone has some instructions. But of course, it is a small model, right? If we kind of compare it to, it's 120 billion parameter, but like Qwen 3 is like 400, is it? Hello, Benjamin. Mickey Lin, nice to see you. OpenAI released their OSS model with different API format. It's not up to date yet by CLIs and stuff. Yeah, that might be it, because the instruction following was horrible. Did you write the code with Opencode or Claude 4.1? The snake game was just Opencode. And I just reviewed it with Claude Code. Arsuni says 120B OSS is very good. What did you use it for, Arsuni? Coding? Other? Grok Provider has the best success rate for tool calling on its model. Okay. Can you use Opencode with a local model? I think you should be able to do that. You should be. For everyone, gpt-oss has a new API format. Yeah. If OpenRouter switches to something else than Grok, it tends to fail hard on tool calls. Yeah, that was my experience yesterday. The tool calls didn't work. Just set up Ulama for Opencode. Okay. RV was reading the OpenAI docs. I don't think they have any inference system using it, right? Documentation is very detailed on how it's supposed to... Yeah, there was this... What did they call it? Was it OpenAI Harmony? Was it? I think it was this one. Wasn't it? Is it this one? Hello, Will. Is there any local models that does a good job with an LLM? Yeah, many open models, but kind of depends about your system. There are some very good open models, like for coding, let's say we have Qwen 3 Coder, for example. But it's quite big, right? 480 billion parameters. So it's going to be hard to run. The issue is that not so many local models are good at tool calling. Yeah, that is kind of the issue. I heard Kimi K2 was very good. We're going to try it out today. GLM, I think that's good too. GLM 4.5. If you want to try the OSS model, best bet be Kilo and Grok. Okay. It's very confusing to set provider models in Opencode. Really? I haven't explored it too much. I just pick from the list there. Put in my Open Router API key. Open routers providers. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, for this agentic CLI tools, I think tool calling is like very important. Of course, you need a good model too, but if it doesn't do well at tool calls, it's just gonna not follow the instructions, right? So let's say we pick, we can try now. So let's try to do the new 120B model from OpenAI. We're gonna use it through OpenRouter. So when I tried it, I just started with a simple tool call. Create a py file, test3.py, save it in CVD. I even struggle with things like this. I don't think you can do it. I don't know what's happening. It's not gonna follow the instructions. So I couldn't get it to do any tool calls. I tried yesterday and I couldn't do any tool calls. But I did. But what I did is I did test3.py, something like this, and I did write a snake game in Python. And I had to copy the code. It has a special format, tool calls. Yeah, I understand. So it's really hard to copy here. Yeah, it's really hard to use in Opencode, right? But we can test it in. We can do some testing here on OpenRouter, right? If people have some good ideas. Game is gonna be some hot mess. Yeah, I think I need to use it here because snake games are not a good thing. But I just want to get some code out here. Okay, so there's a lot of comments. Okay. Okay, it's a bit boring, but it's working at least. It's kinda the same as Horizon. Yeah, not too bad. It's fast, yeah. This is fine. How do I... Okay, that's fine. So let's ask Claude, rate test 3.5. The speed has to be Cerebras. Yeah, isn't that like 3,000 tokens per second? Notice this model likes to create too many tables for no reason. Okay. Hello, McBab. Yesterday I tried the OSS 20B model. Results were bad. Did you run it locally on like a Mac or something? Claude Code was impressed by the code. 9 out of 10. The 120B appears to be a distilled model. Excels in reasoning task. Yeah, not me either. I haven't really tried it too much. I need some days for that, right? Actually something reasonable, yeah. So yeah, that was I thinking too, Edgar. I'm gonna kind of wait for some fine tunes maybe, and when it kind of has updated tool calls, and then I want to kind of try it in Opencode. But if anyone has anything to test, we can do it now. Should we try some UI stuff? Let's ask it for some HTML UI stuff just for fun. It's pretty easy. Create a hexagon spinning hexagon with a ball inside. Real physics in HTML. Pick the best tech stack. My hands are freezing. So when do you think we have some fine tunes, Edgar? Probably just in a few days. Tried it on Grok sites, 2,000 tokens per second. Opencode is your new IDE. Is this new project name Crush? Opencode, I'm just trying it out. I just connected my Open Router API here and just wanted to test it. For a change. Okay, so let's check out spinning hexagon. Okay, that didn't work. What's wrong here? Failed to load resource. Okay. SST Opencode Crush. It's the old Opencode. Okay. It's the SST Pedronai. SST one. Depends a bit on how much the datasets have revoked to fit the Harmony protocol. Yeah, it might take some days. I see what you mean. Where was I? Do you think Opencode has potential to become like Claude Code? I haven't tested it enough, but no, it's kind of my answer. Not if Anthropic puts a lot of resources on Claude Code, but it could be a good option, I think. Depends on Anthropic, probably, right? So I kind of tried to think about, like, how could we try out Opus 4.1? But there's just so small margins, right? I don't have like a really good, simple to do test case. I just have to test it over time. Don't you guys feel the same? It's really hard to just test it on day one. You kind of need some time to... I can't really... Right? It's really hard. Opencode is basically open source Claude Code. Some things, but not can beat. Yeah. I don't think like they had the resources to beat Claude Code, but it could be like a good alternative. And I think it's really cool that I can switch models. It's a good way to test out tool calling. So I selected Horizon Beta. I was impressed by that. So we can do the... We do this here. Save it as ball.html. I found Horizon pretty good at tool calls. Also, Qwen3 Coder was very good. And ball HTML. Ah, I'm in the wrong directory here. Okay, so how do I fix that? That's my bad. Models, let's do Horizon. Can I just do... Okay, let's try that. Opencode could be good for some self-created agent benchmarks. Yeah, I agree. I really like Horizon for front end. Me too, after we tried it yesterday. Simple one-shot things. Complex. Yeah, I haven't really tried it for anything complex, right? I guess we tried some things yesterday, but Opus 4.1 is a bit different. Isn't that different? But I think it gives long outputs, right? I haven't tested it too much yet, so I don't really have like a big opinion. Here. This is Horizon creating this hexagon. Pretty straightforward. Now we can switch models, right? We can do... Let's go for Qwen3 Coder. We can do the same prompt. Hello, Leon. Yeah, tomorrow, GPT-5. I'm gonna look out for the... I'm gonna look out for the OpenAI. If they're gonna put up this live stream, I'm gonna stream it. So we can do like a watch party. So it could be interesting. Maybe not all, maybe for some of you it's the middle of the night. But if they're gonna stream it, as I think they will, I'm gonna do like a live stream. Could be pretty cool. I think it's kind of confirmed, isn't it? It's gonna be tomorrow. Live commentary like a football game. Yeah. Yeah, like if a lot of people's gonna watch it, I might as well put it up on the stream. But I gotta make sure like the audio is good, right? Hello Norty, nice to see you here, welcome. This was very slow though. In a while, I kind of wanted to... I know maybe a lot of you has watched this, Genie 3. I just wanted to take a look at it. I know maybe most of you have seen this already, but I haven't checked out all the examples and stuff. It's really cool, right? I was hoping I could try it, but no. Yeah, I think a lot of people have checked this out, but I just wanted to take a quick look at it. If I'm gonna do... It looks pretty cool. Hello Sebastian, nice to see you back here. Have you been trying out the new Claude model or the other ones? Hype is a bit overblown. Yeah, of course it is. It's a bit overhyped, right? Thanks, Nerty. Appreciate it. Thanks for that. But of course, we haven't really seen anything like it. So I think the hype is kinda... I can see it, right? There could be a lot of use cases for this. But of course, it's a bit overblown, of course, but I'll take a look at it afterwards. So this didn't work. But I was thinking, like, I don't know if anyone read the paper, but I think I heard some podcast or something this morning. People talking about that you could use it for simulations, but I thought it was, isn't it diffusion? You can't program what's gonna happen in the world, right? I guess you can record it and create synthetic data, I guess. Okay, so let's check out... That was a bit boring. Yeah, that was boring. You can prompt the world, so you kinda can. Yeah, I see what you mean, but can you... If I wanted to do like a simulation, like with the NVIDIA world, you kinda need it to be repeatable, right? The world is gonna be different every time, isn't it? Because it's LLMs or like diffusion or something. Opencode versus Claude Code. I think they did a good job with the UI here. But I think, of course, Claude Code. I think Claude Code is, of course, more a finished, like a better product. But this is very flexible. We can switch models. Let's try We can try Horizon Alpha. It's back here now. Right. We can switch. Oh, it isn't here anymore. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit a shame that they don't have like the... Let's try the GLM one. Yeah, it's a bit shame that they don't have the lined up the OpenAI OSS the structure yet on the tool calling and stuff. Pokemon models from Windsurf today. What does that mean? Like Pokemon models? Fetch. I'm just gonna test the chat. Get messages. Write a summary so far. Ah, okay. 3 models named after Pokemons. So we have 102 chat messages so far today. Pretty good. You can like the video if you want. We have talked about mostly about new OpenAI models. We have talked about Opencode, tool calling, technical details. Yeah, this works. Hello, Adrian. Have you tried Kiro? Not yet. Have you, Pedro? Unreal Inc. Nice to see you back. Pretty cool. Sul, I'm just gonna call you Tybe. Nice to see you. Welcome. Richard, hello. How are you? You're waiting for the waiting list. Okay. Yeah, this was pretty nice, right? What model was this? I forgot. It was GLM. GLM 4.5. Kiro is awesome. Okay. Yeah, I kinda want to test it out, to be honest. But I was a bit late, so of course there's a waiting list. I think I'm just gonna wait now until it's gonna open. Looks interesting. M4 Maximum Llama, which is not MLX, runs the 20B model 45 tokens per second. That's pretty good. Yesterday you watched a lot of videos about the GPT-oss. Old model left behind by Chinese models. Yeah, Unreal, we just have to wait and see. Maybe some fine-tuning, and if like the providers can adapt to the new formatting. We'll see. Very good in terms of forcing the specs, etc. Okay, Type. Is it good at doing like a good job on the... Is it doing like a good job on the planning part, or... There was something about this Kiro I thought was pretty interesting. Yeah, it's gonna bring structure to AI coding with spec-driven development. Okay, so it's kinda based on... Yeah, here's kind of the implementation plan. Spec-driven development. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try it out when it's kind of open. We of course have the MCPs. Adrian says that Kiro is great, but too verbose sometimes. Okay. It's your tokens. So let's do some... I have a fun test, right? So we can try... I have GPT Gemini 2.5 Pro Deep Think. And I think I tried this Pelican test. What does it call it? Simon Willison Pelican SVG or something like this. I think he just does the prompt, generate an SVG of a pelican riding a bicycle. So let's try this on Gemini 2.5 Pro Deep Think. I think I have a few queries. So let's do SVG of a pelican riding a bicycle. Okay. And let's do the open GPT-4OS, GPT-OSS 120B. Pelican riding a bicycle. And what other model should we try? Let's do Claude 4.1 Opus. So let's switch to Opus. SVG Pelican 3.svg. Crush looks nice, but it doesn't work with Horizon Beta. Okay, we need to try Horizon Beta too. So let's select Horizon Alpha, Beta. Pelican riding a bicycle. Save as Pelican 4.svg. Okay. So Deep Think 2.5 Deep Think. It's very slow. But it's pretty good though. I tried it out. You only get like 5. Okay, so here we got the SVG from... Yeah, I might change it up a bit. What rig are you using to run the 120B? I'm using Open Router, so it's on the cloud. Or it's not me that's running it. So let's do... This is Gemini Deep Think. G. Okay. This was Horizon. Let's do Pelican 3. That is gonna be Claude for Opus 41. And what about here? We have open source OSS 120 .svg. Okay. So let's do a voting. I'm gonna open up everyone. this didn't even work. Which one did I open? Horizon, Opus. Okay, so let's vote. Okay, so I'm gonna do a vote here. Which one do you think is the best one? Best Pelican. So I'm gonna do Opus 4.1. We're gonna do Gemini Deep Think, and we're gonna do Horizon Beta. Okay, so I'm gonna show you now. The open source model just crashed, so I'm gonna skip it. So this is Gemini Deep Think from 2.5 Pro Deep Think. Take a good look. This is Horizon. I don't know what's happening here. The road is really good and it's got this shadow. This is Horizon. And this is Opus 4.1. Horizon, Deep Think, and Opus 4.1. For me, it's gonna be Deep Think. This looks great. Ah, there are some bugs here. I didn't see that. Or is it? Maybe not. This is strange. I'm gonna vote for Deep Think. I can't vote. Close between Opus and Gemini. Yeah, I think Opus is really good too. Looks more like a seagull though, but this really looks like a pelican. Yeah, kind of is. Gemini is the clear winner here. Yeah, I agree, Polo. It's really good. This could have been good, but I'm not quite sure what happens here. Yeah, it's just lying in the seat. This was kind of stylish though. Opus 4.1. Looks really good. The bike is floating. Yeah, kinda is. Or is it the shadow? I'm not sure. But this was pretty good. Try to make a GIF. Can you turn on? Turn. Which one did we like? Into a GIF. There's no video, is it? Yeah, Opus was really looks like a painting. It's kind of crazy that this is an SVG file. It's pretty good. Convert. You're gonna download the 8-bit of what? Train for tool calling, okay? So the winner is Opus. Okay. I can't disagree. It looks really good. It's like a painting. Maybe the Pelican is better, but it's a bit boring. So Opus is the winner, I think. Pretty cool. If you have any other tests we should run, like compare different models, let me know. We can do more comparisons. I have a few more. I think I have 10 requests here on Gemini 2.5 Pro DeepThink. So if you have any other stuff we should try on DeepThink, I think I have 10 messages or something. So that means I have 9 left. Opus did a good job. Okay. Cool. We can do... We can do... let me see. What's this? It's not a GIF. That doesn't work. What do you think about Gemini DeepThink? Is it worth the Ultra subscription? I wouldn't. If you have like a really specific use case, maybe. But you only have 10 requests. You need the Ultra to have DeepThink. Yeah. Looks like the Horizon Pelican ate the Gemini. Yeah, kind of do, doesn't it? So if you have any other tests we should do on DeepThink, since I have the Ultra, I'm gonna cancel it now because I had this $125 plan, but now it's gonna be $250, so I'm gonna cancel it, or I did this morning. It's a bit too expensive. I just use VO3, but since you can add credits now, I kind of ditched it. So the winner is gonna get some special treatment. We're gonna turn it in to an image, and then we're gonna animate it. Pelican. Gemini DeepThink, yeah. It's good though. Would the world model be 250? If they're gonna release it on Ultra and they're gonna do like a preview for Ultra, I'm gonna buy it. But is it worth it? I think Claude Code Max 20 could be worth it. Ultra is probably not worth it. Right? I don't think so. Well, let's do DeepThink and let's do create a animation of 2 black holes merging. Shockwave. Include detailed graphics. in HTML, pick best tech stack. Okay. This is gonna be deep think. I feel nostalgic when watching your macOS Sequena. I don't know what happened to me the day I decided to install Tahoe. Yeah, I haven't updated yet. Do you like it? Or you don't like it? Okay. I guess you don't have the interest to open source. You don't have interest to open source video models. Sorry, I guess you don't have interest to open source video models. You don't really have videos about them. I don't really have like good enough hardware MK to run them. DeepSeek should become pro with stricter limits eventually. Yeah, I think we're just gonna wait for that. So I think DeepThink is kind of this. It's running in parallel, so it's doing probably a lot of reasoning or GPU or something compute. Yeah, MK, I have like a NVIDIA 4080 16 GB, but you kind of need like at least 24, don't you, for open source video? So this was the prize for Opus for winning the competition. It got to be animated. Yeah, maybe to run Van. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you have some. Maybe we can do some quantized versions. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, you can do a quant, right? So here is the Opus winner, animated. Why is it going backwards? How do you know it's backwards? Polo. This video needs an audio track. Yeah, we can fix that. Did anyone look at the new 11 Labs music? Was it? We can try it. Funny song for a pelican riding a bicycle. Running video, yeah, that might be true, Polo. Running local video on a M series MacBook Air without cooling would be painful. Yeah, I think so. Takes about 10 minutes to generate 5 seconds on your 3060 12 GB. Okay. Yeah, I think Suno is better, right? I didn't want... I love Suno. It's really good. I just wanted instrumental. Instrumental. Best Pelican. Yeah. Soon launch their V 4.5 Plus. Yeah, I've tried it. It's pretty good. But I haven't really tried out 11 Labs music too much. Sonauto, yeah, I've used their API. What is pretty cool now is we can probably do 11 Labs music API because Suno doesn't have an API. Kayutai STT, I've heard of them. Isn't that like an open source too, Nick? Yeah, sorry about that. Edgar, yeah, what did I say? Just, I'm not quite sure. Maybe something like that. Couple of hours. Yeah, that. So if you have time, come back when you have time. Otherwise, enjoy your meeting. Yeah, I forgot to unmute this. So let's watch the video with the music. Not too bad. The pelican, it must just be some kind of bird sound, isn't it? I'm not sure. Let's do... Let's hear what 11 Labs think is a pelican noise. Pedro. Bird. It's not the best, this, is it? Sounds like a background music of Monkey Island. Yeah, that might be it. 11 Labs is experiencing heavy traffic. Okay. Yeah, we might check that out. Okay, so I wanted to just have a look at some of the Genie stuff here. I'm not gonna spend too long because pelicans are mute, yeah. Just want to take a quick look at it, and I might use it for some video. I don't think so. It's been like really heavy covered, but I just want to have a quick look. Hello, Night Spider. I haven't had great luck with 11 Labs sound effects. I kind of used it a lot in my videos, but yeah, you get a lot of false positives. I just want to watch the video because I haven't seen the full video, right? And I might look at some examples. So yeah, this is gonna be Genie, a new frontier of world models. Pretty cool. Hello, Felipe Guarin, nice to see you here. We're just doing some different stuff. We're looking at, now we're just gonna take a quick look at Genie here, and we are testing out, yeah, we are on Open Router. We are looking at some of the new stuff that came yesterday. Nothing like specific, right? Machine Learning Street Talk had a great interview with the Genie 3 team. Okay, I have to check that out. That could be pretty cool, Mojave. Thanks for that. So yeah, Genie 3, a new frontier of world models. So given a text prompt, Genie 3 can generate dynamic worlds you can navigate in. 24 frames per second. Consistency for a few minutes at the resolution of 720p. That's pretty good, right? So I just want to watch the video. And probably a lot of you have seen it, but it's not too long. I think it's like a couple of minutes. But I just want to watch it in full here.
What you're seeing are not games or videos. They're worlds. Each one of these is an interactive environment generated by Genie 3, a new frontier for world models. With Genie 3, you can use natural language to generate a variety of worlds and explore them interactively, all with a single text prompt. Let's see what it's like to spend some time in a world. Genie 3 has real-time interactivity, meaning that the environment reacts to your movements and actions. You're not walking through a pre-built simulation. Everything you see here is being generated live as you explore it. And Genie 3 has world memory. That's why environments like this one stay consistent. World memory even carries over into your actions. For example, when I'm painting on this wall, my actions persist. I can look away and generate other parts of the world. But when I look back, the actions I took are still there.
Okay, that was pretty cool, right? That is pretty insane. Sorry, I just had to stop here. That is pretty crazy. So he kind of painted on the wall, even though we kind of it's keeping the consistency. We could see some artifacts there, right? Kind of on the wall here. There's some artifacts here now, right? Yeah, but not much. And even when he kind of fully turns away, and if he turns back again, that is pretty crazy.
World on the fly. Something like another person or transportation. Or even something totally unexpected. You can use Genie to explore real-world physics and movement, and all kinds of unique environments. You can generate worlds with distinct geographies, historical settings, fictional environments, and
Okay, I had to pause again. Do you think it could be possible to do like image to Genie or like an image to world? Let's say I took an image of my living room. I could do like image to world model, and I can kind of manipulate and go in kind of my room inside of Genie. I can like paint it and stuff like that. Could be pretty cool. Ken says yes, it is. Would be cool for the structural environments and digging into the ground. It's only text to Genie. They removed image to Genie. So yeah, you think it could be. That's pretty cool, right? I think it only remembers about a minute or a couple of minutes. Yes, still, but that is pretty crazy. And in a few years, convert into JSON and throw this into a markdown file. And you can add anything on the fly. I'm really looking forward to trying this out, to be honest. But I can figure out it's pretty compute intensive. It has to be.
even other characters. We're excited to see how Genie 3 can be used for next-generation gaming and entertainment. And that's just the beginning. Worlds can help with embodied research, training robotic agents before working in the real world, or simulating dangerous scenarios for disaster preparedness and emergency training.
Yeah, that is an interesting use case. But I was thinking, like, it said it could be used for robot training. And I didn't quite understand that. So does it mean creating synthetic data the robot can watch? Or is it like the robot is in the world? You kind of hook up the robot to Genie and it can move around in the world? Has to be that, right? Genie 2 had image to Genie. Okay. I didn't know that, Mojave. Petaflops of power. Yeah, I think so. Could AI reasoning to video be a thing? Well, that is something to think about, Tetchun. There was something else I heard of a day or two ago that it was similar. 3D HDRs and converts them into walkable environments. Yeah, I think this are kind of a lot of people are, some labs are exploring this at least. I know Nvidia are. A world for the robot to explore and learn from. Yeah. So it's like a POV then. I see.
World models can open new pathways for learning, agriculture, manufacturing, and more. We're excited to see how Genie 3's world simulation can benefit research around the world.
Pretty cool, I gotta say. You can create agents inside Genie and tell it to do something like walk to the fridge. But how does that help? I don't understand how you can use that. Mojave, I don't see how that's gonna work. You have to brainstorm about the possibilities. Yeah, there's a lot of brainstorming left to do. I'm thinking about if a human speaks to an AI, sorry, via voice, while being inside of a world like this. If the AI reasons on your prompt and decides, for example, this human needs something soothing. Okay, I need to read that again. If a human speaks to an AI via voice while being inside of a world like this. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, okay. Agents can be built and left in the world and observed before we release the robots in the world. Okay, definitely watch the MLS Street Talk interview. More details. Okay. AI NPCs. Yeah, that is definitely coming, right? But I think some caveats. What's that? You can't. I don't think you can interact with NPCs in the world at the moment, at least. I didn't see any examples of that. Yeah, you can't do links. Sorry, but I see what you mean. One example I really liked was this was pretty cool. A helicopter pilot carefully maneuvering over a coastal cliff. So here we are kind of on the prairie, and we can decide what event should happen next. A brown bear comes along, and I can walk along it. A tractor instead. Okay. A horse rider. You can combine it with AR. For example, during manipulation, simulations will appear based on your actions. Yeah. Genie tree skier. That was pretty cool. Okay. But isn't it gonna be pretty slow though? Yeah, it's very slow. Still though, pretty cool. This interview explains the technology behind Genie, DeepMind's secret AI project. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at it. I'm gonna listen to the podcast if I have the time. This was pretty fast though. High speed flight. I guess the more speed you have, it's gonna be harder to render details, right? But this one, I think was super impressive. And I think one thing they said that you can't do actions in the world now. I think someone said that you can't do actions, like you can't kick the door and you couldn't fight other agents. So I guess you're just watching. You're just watching someone doing something. but it looks awesome. A real-world mountainous environment in the Alps. Hello, Simply. Nice to see you here. All the shiny things this week. Yeah, this is gonna be a crazy week in AI, right? We had the open source models, we have this new Genie model, we had Opus 4.1, and probably tomorrow we're gonna have GPT-5. So, a very busy week. Insane, right? Some claims it's a $1 trillion opportunity. Yeah, it might be. I'm not sure. Gemini 3 next week. I hope so. Is 4.1 any better? I haven't really had enough time yet. It won the 4.1 won the SVG competition though. That is something, I guess. It created this. Looks pretty good. Let's do another round of comparisons. So I did this. Create an animation of two black holes merging. Include detailed graphics in HTML. Pick the best tech stack. So this is on Gemini Deep Think, right? So let's do that on not on this. Let's do the same on Horizon Beta. And let's do the same on Opus, right? Save it as Opus 41 BH. Okay. Christmas AI week. If you had a 24 VRAM GPU and 32 GB of RAM, where would you start for local AI and coding? Ooh, that's pretty interesting, Caleb. Some people in the chat have a lot of, seems to have a bit knowledge about open source, but you got a pretty good system. I would start maybe with Opencode if you want to try agentic coding. You can start with Opencode and you can do Ulama, for example, and connect Ulama to Opencode. Maybe try some Quen models or something like that for coding. But I don't have maybe the best advice on open source. Ulama and LM Studio, that's a good start. And you can switch to Opencode if you want to try agentic, like I said. AI Explained, Essential Viewing, he actually reads the papers. He's really good. I kinda know him a bit, right? I know who he is. I've talked to him before. He's really good. He's a really nice guy. VS Code with Root Code and Opencode. There's a lot of options. Horizon black hole.html. Let's check Deep Think. Deep Think black hole.html. I don't think Horizon was finished. Complete code, please. Horizon is not GPT-5, it's super fast. Yeah, Aaron. It might be like a GPT-5 Nano. We don't really know how much compute OpenRouter has put behind it. We'll have to see. Hello, Falk Auscast. How to use a Mac M4 Pro with GPU integrated properly? That should be a pretty good machine for local models. It looks like some people here kind of know a bit more about it than me. I just default to Olama, to be honest. MicBub says for difference between Opus 4 and open source models is huge. I don't use them. Yeah, I don't really use them too, but some people have different use cases. How disappointing is GPT-oss? They faked their benchmarks hard. I don't know. I guess it's too early. I think we need to wait for the fine tunes and correct formatting. I don't think they faked their benchmarks, did they? That would be a horrible move. Tried Horizon yesterday. 2 out of 3 tasks disappointed. Okay. Switch back to Sonnet 4. Yeah. But I think I think Horizon was very good for UI stuff. But it's non-deterministic. So it's not gonna be great every single time. That happens with Claude too. Hello, B-Skull. Nice to see you here. Maybe someone in chat knows how I can do videos on this type of Mac. There is this Van22B. I think someone here has tried it out on local models. Was it you, MK? Hello, Killing Jokes. Nice to see you back. Expecting any announcements today? I don't think so. I haven't heard anything. Tomorrow, GPT-5, I think. What's your default IDE? I basically use Cursor just to kind of keep track of files, and I use Claude Code. Killing Joke. Now I've been testing out Opencode. So basically, Cursor or VS Code, and I kind of use Claude Code for agentic coding. What about you? Okay, so let's see now. So we're gonna compare Horizon, Black Hole. Did I catch this? Gemini DeepThink, Opus, and Horizon. Okay, so this has some issues. Try to fix that. They always get this TypeScript error. I'll give it one more chance. Okay, that was pretty cool. Okay, not bad. Let's do Opus. Whoa. What is this? Van22 is pretty slow in Google Colab. 30 minutes to 5 seconds. Oh, that's forever. I couldn't work with that. If you know how to code, smaller models work if you on a per function basis. I guess so. How can I contact you, RV? Yeah, you can set that up. Windsurf and Claude. Yeah, I see a lot of people use Windsurf. It's pretty good. Don't have any official announcements from OpenAI, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be tomorrow. Not really black holes colliding. Yeah, we're gonna check it out. I'm not quite sure. Looks pretty strange. Oh, this looks insane. Whoa. Wow, that was good. Look at that event horizon there. Whoa. Okay. So let's see what did the best on black holes colliding. So this is first one is gonna be Google Gemini 2.5 Pro Deep Think. So I'm gonna restart it so you can see these two black holes are coming together and I get this shockwave. It's fine, not super cool. And this was Opus. I don't even know what happens here. It looks very strange. This is basically it. Yeah. There was some strange stuff here. I'm not quite sure what happens. That was kind of fail. But this one was pretty cool, right? So let's reset this. So this is Horizon. It kind of looks like a black hole. Look at that graphic. How did it do that? So we can drag to rotate around. Wheel. I don't have the wheel, so I don't think I can zoom. Yeah, but what I think is pretty cool, RV, is that a black hole, you can't really see it, right? Because light is not escaping from a black hole. So that's what I thought was pretty cool. Because you can really kind of see the horizon, but you can kind of see the inner part here. This was really cool. Super impressive from Horizon Beta here, if you ask me. What do you guys think? This was the best one, right? Streamer made a black hole. Yeah. It looks pretty cool. I'm gonna save this one. Would be interesting to see the stars behind them. We can add that. Mojave. Very good. Add stars in the background to see how they warp behind the black holes. Made a pulsar star collapse with a black hole. That could be interesting. It's extremely good. Yeah, you think so too, Sharik? It looks awesome. By far the best one from Opus or Gemini Deep Think. I wonder if Horizon is Grok 4 coder, you think so? Interesting. GPT-5 is gonna be super expensive. Kind of worried that these models will eventually be only for the rich. That is kind of the nightmare situation, situation, right? Simple. That most people don't even have a chance to pay for these models. That would be sad, right? That would be really sad. Okay, so I'm gonna end this Pelican poll. So I added $10 to Open Router. Haven't really spent much. I spent 30 cents, 40 cents in one day. Okay, so let's see now. Wow, that was crazy. Maybe that was a bit too many stars, but it looks cool, right? Was a lot of stars, but the effect is pretty impressive. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I can move around in space. Whoa, this was trippy. I'm kind of hypnotizing myself here. Does anyone have an idea what else we can do with this? It's really trippy. Sam Altman once say, we will give some GPTs for free. Yeah, I thought I was kind of thinking about that compute thing, Mojave. So like you can get paid in compute. That's pretty crazy. Sell all models that have a subscription. GPT-5 will be free, but we will have intelligence level depending on your subscription. Yeah, that's not going away. They will find a way to monetize it, like social media, Gmail, so you don't have to pay with your money, but with your soul. Yeah. Let them collide with physics. Color spectrum, chromatic aberration effect. We can try that, Tom. Not sure. Should I do that before the stars? Add a chromatic aberration effect. I'm just gonna add what do you call it? Chromatic aberration effect. Okay. Can we test the model to generate a okay. Generate SVG of Leonardo da Vinci's Vitruvian Man. Maybe we can do that. Okay. What about then adding a color spectrum? Yeah, we can try some different stuff here, Night Spider. Yeah, Unreal. I might try it. Hello, Claudio. GPT-04. Let's play a game on scale to 10. Spot on for the family. That's the right neighborhood. I don't understand. Spaghettification of a person falling into the black hole. Okay, I can try to put that in. That might be a bit difficult though. But yeah, a really impressive effect. How does the code look? It's 500 lines of JavaScript. It's using 3JS, WebGL and 3JS, yeah. Has some shaders here, a lot of shaders. Yeah, I don't know this code too well. A lot of shaders. Add acceleration disk light that just grazes the back hole, forms a photon ring or a photon sphere. I can try different stuff. But let's try this this one first. This was to change up the effect. So let's do black hole 3.html. Okay. There's some effect there. I don't know if that is the correct one, is it? Looks pretty crazy. So I think I'm gonna change up the one before we added the stars background. It kind of, there's some effect here. I don't know exactly what it is. Well, let's go. Let's go here and let's do the spaghettification. Or who asked first? Yeah. Simulate the effects of time as an object approaches the speed of light. Let's see what happens. Has anyone really seen any sentiment on what is this? Has anyone seen any sentiment on the new models? Like Claude and GPT-oss? What is this? That's pretty funny. Just wanted to kind of see. Maybe it's a bit too early. Yeah, I guess we have to wait a few days. Heard OSS was disappointing, but only from one source. Yeah, I think I have to wait a bit. It's a bit too soon, isn't it? And I'm pretty sure GPT-5 tomorrow. That's just gonna overshadow the whole OSS thing, isn't it? Anyway, doesn't really matter. I think. You think it's gonna be 04? Just saw on Claude Reddit that 4.1 is 2% increase in accuracy. Yeah, but I think they called it the right thing, right? If they call it Opus 4.5, kind of would have expected a bit more. But when they did Opus 4.1, that's kind of like, yeah, that's a small improvement. I don't really expect big things from a 0.1 version update. Pretty sure Google is gonna respond with Gemini 3 this week or next week. Would be crazy if there's gonna be Gemini 3 on Friday. That'd be pretty crazy. Okay, so what is this? I have no idea what we're looking at. There's something to do with light, but I don't quite understand it. Yeah, this was a bit too... Edgar, we've been playing around with... so Horizon created this version of a black hole merging simulation. That's pretty crazy, right? Okay, Michael, I see. So Alpha Horizon created this. Or originally it was this. This was Deep Think's version. Pretty boring. And then we had Opus was strange, but this one was really good. We are making worlds, yeah. Have you done any testing with Gemini CLI? I kind of like it. Gemini CLI. It's a really good starter because it has some free tokens. But on kind of the tooling side and performance, I had some bugs with it, but I think it could turn out pretty good. You think we'll have Gemini before GPT-5? I'm pretty sure we will have GPT-5 tomorrow. Let's go back to Polymarket again. So yesterday it was 87%, I think. So yeah, it's kind of the same. You got rate limited into using it, into not using it. I see. Okay, I want to remove some. So I'm gonna select Horizon, paste in the code. I'm gonna do add a ball of light hitting the black holes. California wakes up in a few hours, so brace yourself. So you're gonna... I don't think it's gonna be today, GPT-5, or... Think so? They need to announce it. build up some hype. So if they're gonna announce the live stream, I'm gonna try to stream it tomorrow. I think. They will have a stream planned at some point. Yeah, I think so. This syntax error. Using OpenAI agent for anything. Do you mean like the... Do you mean like agent mode? Not really. It will be Thursday morning in the US though. So late for you in Norway, right? Yeah, like Thursday in San Francisco, if they do it on the morning, it's gonna be probably like 7 p.m. My time. So not late, but like in the afternoon, I guess. Or early evening. Night Spider, I haven't really found like a great use case. We did try out Manus. I found it much better. Hello, Jake. Nice to see you. We just been playing around, looking at some Opencoder. We had a look at Genie. Just testing different models. Nothing like specific, but just looking at all the new stuff. GPT agents mode is actually pretty useless. Yeah. So I guess you didn't catch it, but the other day we tested out Manus. So I asked Manus to go find all the major AI providers, collect all 46 models across 7 major providers, collect all the model pricings, and create like a website for it that you can publish. So we use this new wide research that I did a video on. It's running instances in parallel to gather information pretty fast. And it created this website. So it's pretty good. You can see we have all the models here. We can kind of sort by input price, I think. So O1 Pro, $150 input price. Right, we can sort by output. I'm not sure if everything is correct though. But I worked out pretty good. Didn't pick DeepSeek though. So I found Manus is pretty good. We got this chart here that kind of looks at models. Comparison. So I think Manus is pretty good at doing these agentic computer work tasks if you need that. I don't really have like a big use for it, but it is pretty good. If you need to gather some data. Good value for the money, I think, but you need to have a use case for it. Right. Between Apple Vision Pro's spatial computing and Gemini's new real-world understanding models, we're generally approaching Star Trek holodeck territory. I heard a lot of people mention holodeck yesterday too. To blend AI that comprehends physical spaces with immersive AR, right? It's pretty crazy. Manus is decent. Yeah, it's good at what it tries to do. It's the best one, I think. Did any of you watch the... where is it? I'm just gonna open something here. I don't want to show any API keys or anything. New window. I thought it was really cool. The new Uni 3. Is it? Okay. So I found it. This kind of gave me some sci-fi vibes yesterday. Maybe a lot of you have watched it, but I kind of want to play it if you haven't seen it. It really gave me this sci-fi feeling. So let's watch it. Let me know if it's too loud though. Yeah, so this part, what kind of, I thought this was very cool. So I don't know if you saw it, but it could carry up to 100 kilograms, and that just gives it like a lot of different use cases, right? So he has kind of walking up like a steep mountain, and the robot is kind of carrying the bag for him. And of course, the battery kind of comes into play here, but it's gonna be used for a lot of use cases, I think. It's gonna be pretty crazy, I think. So it walked like a 30 kilograms payload for 3 hours and 12 kilometers. That's pretty long. I don't know what this is in miles, but that is pretty insane. For 3 hours.
So this is bad.
Yeah, pretty cool, right? So that's 18 miles, okay. Yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. It's really cool. But again, will will people could afford this? 20K? I think Unit 3, there has to be one of the leading robotics companies, at least for consumer, right? What's the price of this? They also have some humanoids you can buy, I think. Price from 6K. I don't think these are very big, but that price is like not insane. In Germany, a maid would cost me like 6K a year, even more. Yeah, if you can do like all your chores, that would be. I can save you some time. Okay, that was pretty cool. So, the instruction I gave to Horizon was to create like a ball of light hitting the merging black holes. So it kind of comes in from the side here, and it kind of gets warped into the black hole here. That looks awesome. Is it gonna disappear though? I guess it's just in there. So it comes in here. Yeah. Okay. $6,000 for a human robot. I think they were small though. Isn't there like, what is the spec on this? I think it's like, let's see here now. They are 121 centimeters tall, 25 kilograms. So they are not so big, but do you really need them that big? I don't think so. They look movement first, task as well. Are they doing any task? Not yet, I think. They're boxing at least. Maybe in 5 years. 5 years I can buy one. So I wanted to check back on Polymarket here, not crypto, tech, to see if which company will have the best AI model by August. So everyone believes that OpenAI is gonna, or GPT-5 is gonna have the best model after tomorrow, I guess, or this weekend. Lower level learning bought one of these. He has some videos on it. Okay, that could be pretty cool. These robots are useless. Yeah, I don't know what I should use them for. Which bot is the one that does the laundry? Yeah, that's the Norwegian company, I think. Maybe. I'm not sure. They are called 1X, I think. This is like a Norwegian company. If you meant this one. Imagine future kids showing off their toys at school, yeah, and that'd be quite. Neo, I need to get that one, yeah. I did actually reach out to them and I asked them if it was possible to. But most of their operation is in San Francisco, the robots. So it was really hard to make it happen. They have a humanoid forms to navigate human spaces. Yeah. What are these? There are more companies. I think Figure AI, is it? Figure, these are pretty cool. F.02, is it this one? Tom. Figure at home. Yeah, these are very cool. I remember that video where they kind of cooperate on that cooperate on the in the kitchen. It's pretty cool. It's this one. Yeah, this one. I guess all of you have seen that. It's pretty cool. Figure doing the laundry for Brett Adcock. Yeah, I think I saw that. So what do you guys think robotics? When are you gonna see the first humanoid robot on the street? Or in someone's garden or in someone's house? My bet is gonna be 5 years. You think 1 year? I'm gonna say 5 years. 10 years? Yeah, I'm going for 5 years. Garden and house 1 to 2. On the street 5 to 10. Okay. On the street still a couple of years. 8 to 10 years. Yeah, we got a bit of a spread here. Robo police in 10. Maybe. 1 year it's gonna be in cafes. There are a lot of these what do you call them? There is a lot of these robots that kind of have they're kind of mounted. Hello, John. Nice to see you again. Are you in Vegas now? Or are you on your way? 10 years minimum, yeah, in Europe. Never. Yeah, maybe. So, Optimus Generation 3 is going to be crazy. So you have this robotic restaurant at Highway 51. Delivers your hamburger order. EU Act, yeah. Okay. Yeah, John, if you figure out how I could watch the DEF CON stream, I know we talked about it yesterday. Just send me something on. I went to their website and if they have like a stream or something, let me know. I kind of wanted to watch the talk. Yeah, do that. Hey, B. Redrick, nice to see you. So, I wanted to see if there is any kind of confirmation about the GPT-5 model tomorrow. The stream. So if you look at Polymarket, they have kind of a better breakdown of when GPT-5 will come out. And you can see 89% is tomorrow. Right? I suspect 4.1 was meant to ease out the hit on their infra. Yeah, maybe. It's kind of hard to see. So Polymarket has it down for tomorrow. It's usually like ChatGPT is usually like 1900 CST, or not CST, Oslo to SF time. So I think it usually, the streams on OpenAI is like 10 a.m. In San Francisco. Hello, Beyond Premiere. Nice to see you. So for me, it's gonna be kind of late night. If you are on the west coast, it's gonna be Thursday morning, I guess. So if you are at DEF CON like John and you're in Las Vegas, it's probably gonna be early on Thursday. I don't think it's specifically said it's coming Thursday, but there's so much rumor. And if you kind of look at the poly market, people have skin in the game. They are betting on this, so the volume is very high on tomorrow. So it's probably gonna be that, right? I think so. End of the week, yeah. So Arsuni tried the 120B model. Excellent at reasoning. Think of it like a small language model idea for lightweight operations. Yeah, I'm gonna explore a bit more on the 120B tonight, I think. We haven't really tried it out too much today because of the because we put it up on Opencode, and it seems to have issues with the tool calling. I don't think they have done anything about it here. Hello, Joe. It's good. We have just been kind of hanging out today. We haven't really built anything. We've been just looking at some news and stuff. Some robotics, different models. We did some more tests on Horizon. We looked at, yeah, we tried the new GPT-oss model, but it's struggling with tool calls, so we can't really use it in Opencode. So it's gonna probably be a few days before we can. Imagine they have bets on what's the highest payout to raise capital and release it on that day. Yeah, I don't know who sets the bet at Polymarket, but I like prediction markets. I think it's the best way if you kind of wanna, yeah, predict something, I guess. This is where I go. It kind of ciphers out the noise because everyone here on Polymarket kind of has skin in the game. Of course, it is open to manipulation, but I like it. I think it's pretty cool. I use it for sports too, so if I'm gonna watch some Formula 1 or something, if I'm gonna, I kind of like to go to Polymarket first and just have a look. Hello, Dan Solo. The giveaway today is gonna be, I guess you can pick if you wanna spend it on like a Claude Code Pro subscription. That is kind of the idea, but you can also spend it on if you want like a ChatGPT subscription, maybe if you want to try out GPT-5. But the main idea was just people wanted to try Claude Code, and not everyone had the money for the subscription, so we're just gonna do a giveaway this week. So this is day 3. We're gonna do 5 days of giveaways. I watched Formula 1, yeah, I kind of like it. F1. Not all the races I watch, but I try to get most of them if I have time. So the giveaway is gonna be, I think we're gonna aim for 20 minutes. Right? In 20 minutes or something like that. Because, yeah. Watch most races since you were 8. Oh, wow. Random pickup. This? I was just looking at when usually the OpenAI streams is at 7 p.m. here in Norway, and that's 10 a.m. in SF. Oh, the giveaway. Yeah, we're just gonna do it like we did yesterday. We're just gonna do a random. So we have Claude Code connected to the chat. We haven't really used it today, so we can ask. Am I in the chat now? Can't really say. Yeah, so we can ask Claude Code here. Get new messages. And who do you think of all the users is smartest, funniest, and smartest, most fun, and what is the last thing we're gonna ask? So we're gonna ask Claude Code about this. Let's do one more thing. Most creative. Okay. So we have an MCP server that is kind of connected to the live stream API from YouTube. So we can use an MCP server to fetch the messages. So here we're just gonna grab all 166 messages. I don't think we get everyone, but we're gonna feed that into the context of Claude Code, and we can just ask some questions, and it's gonna give an answer. So we're gonna use Claude Code to also create a pick for that giveaway. So let's see. Again, it's gonna be the smartest. It's gonna be Edgar. He is always up there. Demonstrates deep technical knowledge across AI models. Edgar has some thoughtful analysis about robotics. The most fun is Will Wonks. Consistently entertaining with unexpected humor. Shares amusing personal experiences. And the most creative is Ken Jordan. Honorable mentions: Sharik, Unreal Link, Arsuni, and Nick. So yeah, this is what we can do with Claude Code when we connect it to the chat. And we could of course do summaries and everything. So I wish there was a bit more we can do. I might look after that. Maybe we can get Claude Code to run polls and stuff. We'll see. But it's pretty good. Yeah, people are trying to extremely knowledgeable. Yeah, extremely knowledgeable technically, Sharik. Yeah, MS is pretty fun. I thought it should be pretty cool, but I'm gonna explore it a bit more. Tried running a sub-agent chat moderator. The only thing, I think the YouTube API has kind of banned using the API to input chats because they probably had some issues with bots. But I'm gonna I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, I guess so. It's pretty fun. I'm gonna look at it a bit more, maybe for if we're gonna do the OpenAI stream tomorrow evening for me, I guess. I might prepare something with the MCP here or the API. It's pretty fun. So yeah, one thing we didn't really get to test today was of course 4.1, but like we could read on the Anthropic blog, it's not really a lot of changes. Hello, Sean. Is it better to use Claude Code in console or use it in VS Code? A good option as well. It's basically the same. There's no difference. If you use it like in terminal here, you can of course connect it to your IDE. So I have my IDE connected, so I can kind of see what files I'm in. But you can also spin it up. If I'm inside here, I can do Claude, and I can run it from here, right? If I wanted to. Doesn't really matter too much. The only thing, running it here when I'm on stream is a bit, yeah, it's kind of hard to read, right? But doesn't really matter too much. So up to you. Yeah, so Opus 4.1, right? They made some progression here with 4.1. That's why I think giving it like a 0.1 incremental upgrade is a good naming. If this was 4.5, I would have hoped to see a bit more improvement. Would be a nice creator engagement tool if you can have it running in the background. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. There was one thing that was pretty interesting about Opus, though. Where did I see it? There was some kind of windsurf benchmark or something, but it's an improvement, I think, but not like a crazy improvement. In a few days, we can kind of read on the forums what people think of it. Yeah, this is what I read. So Windsurf reports Opus 4.1 delivers a 1 standard deviation improvement over Opus 4 on their junior development benchmark, showing roughly the same performance leap as the jump from Sonnet 3.7 to Sonnet 4. So that is at least some good results, I guess. It's super good, but it eats tokens. Windsurf is 20x using one time. Okay, interesting. Have you noticed any difference between Opencode and Claude Code? Overall, I think Claude Code is of course a better product. We have much more options, like we have the sub agents and everything. I don't think you really can compare them. I guess you can compare them, but it's not a fair comparison. Opencode versus Claude Code. I just think Claude Code is much more money behind it. Yeah, you have sub agents, and yeah, there's a bunch. I don't think, but for like a free tool, it looks very good. 4.1 for a 1% tool increase. Yeah, right. Have you noticed? Yeah, I read that. Does a model need to be trained on tools, for example, if you want to use it for agentic coding? Yeah, Will, that is kind of the idea, right? So I think tool use, or what do they call it? They call it the Tau bench, I think. Tau bench, agentic tool use. This is very important in like Claude Code and stuff, because the model has to pick the tool it's gonna use, right? And kind of the way it uses it. Sometimes it can use tools in parallel, async, and so tool calling is what I think is pretty important in agentic coding. Okay, MS. Claude is trained on a specific set of tools, which then performs really well. Yeah, I think so. But some other models are also pretty good at tool use. Like 4.1 from OpenAI is pretty good. I think, can we look up that Tau bench? I'm not quite sure where you can see it. I'm not sure. I don't think there's like a official benchmark for it, but some other models are also good at tool use. I think the one, if you have Opencode, you can do /models, and you can do Kimi K2. I think it's pretty good. Kimi K2. Haven't really tried it too much, but I think it's pretty good at tool use. So we can create like a folder here, call it, if we create a folder, we call it docs. We can create a file, docs.md, just to see. I can do this. Let's see now. So I can start with Kimi K2. We can do list paths in CVD. So it's pretty quick. One thing is nice about Open Router, that it's pretty quick, right? So you can see how fast it was to list if we compare it to Claude Code. We can do read docs. Okay, so that was done. So that was pretty quick. What is the upgrade on Claude 4.1 versus 4.0? Write this into docs in c41.md. Okay. So it's really quick. What model do you prefer in Opencode, Edgar? By the way, I tried various Chrome development MCPs, Citor. Yeah, I find MCPs in general rough to set up and work with. Yeah, they might be. So what was your main issue with MCPs? Speed of Horizon got me hooked. Okay. What is the current open alternative to Claude Code, Raphael? We are kind of trying it now. We are using Opencode. Right? So here we use Kimi K2 to write a report on Opus 4.1 versus 4.0. We got it here, right? So we can preview this. So yeah, looks fine. You can see we got the SV benchmark verified, upgrade, not bad. So this is Opencode. Security is your concern, Jose, on MCPs? Yeah, I think. But what about Jose? I run all my MCP servers locally. But if you kind of connect remotely, I see your concern, yeah, of course. You don't really know what's on the other side, do you? I used the Tavli MCP with my deep research mode in Rookcode. Okay. Yeah, we might do like a stream the other one day and test out different MCPs. I haven't really. I've been just using the one I create myself, to be honest. I know a lot of people use kind of the sequential thinking MCPs. If you go to kind of awesome MCP servers. Started with ads here now. Or we can do the there's a lot of what is it called? Sequential thinking, I think some people use. Yeah, there's a lot of servers now. We don't know what is being sent on the internet, right? Yeah. Or you can create your own locally. Jose, I do that. I just run them locally so I can see the code and everything, right? On my part. Official plus local ones, you have checked the code for. Yeah. I think that's the way to go. I wouldn't just pick some random MCP I don't know anything about. Isn't that sequential MCP now useless with all the models being reasoning? Yeah, I think so. I'm not quite sure. I guess if you use like a model that is non-reasoning, if you have open code or something, how have you found the quality of code running your models locally? Caleb, I think if you pick a good local model, could be pretty good, but I wouldn't expect like Claude 4 Gemini 2.5 quality. Alright. You can start from fast MCP repo and then build your own. Yeah, that's a good. So Null wants a local setup with advanced voice mode, like ChatGPT. Chat seamlessly. Be able to interrupt. Acceptable solutions. Kinda, do you have good hardware? I think there are some pretty good voice models now that you could be able to do that. And I think so. I think I need to delete some files there. So we're gonna do the giveaway in like 5 minutes. So I'm just gonna prepare. I'm just gonna prepare the chat. Right. So let's clear this. And I'm gonna go through kind of. Oh my god. Ugh, one sec. Give me a second. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of go through how you can enter to join the giveaway. Thanks, Raphael. Appreciate it. Sebastian, the BMAD method. Yeah, we talked about that for a few days now. But I wanted to wait and see if it included the sub-agents. So you kickstarted two big projects. Okay, that's interesting. That's a really good... Okay, I have to try it. So let's do the... So for the giveaway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do everyone that wants to join is gonna write like a keyword. I'm gonna say the keyword soon, and when you write the keyword, you can then you can join. If you don't wanna join to be able to win the not keyword to win the Pro subscription, you can either use it on Claude Code, ChatGPT, kind of up to you. You can also like the video. That'd be great. If you enjoy the stream, like the video. It's always helping me out. So the way it's gonna work, everyone who wants to join can write the keyword, and then we're gonna have Claude Code to get the usernames from all the people that joined, and then we can pick a winner. We're gonna write some Python code, and we're gonna run the winner like we did yesterday. And the winner, I'm gonna give the email address, and you can send me an email, and we take it from there. So what's the keyword gonna be? I think we're just gonna do GPT-5. So everyone wants to be in the drawing for the giveaway. You can just write GPT-5 in one word in the chat now. Doesn't matter if it's capitalized or not. Doesn't matter. So I'm gonna start a timer. Let's give it 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Okay. Someone wrote GPT-6. Richard. And yesterday's winner was NPK. If he's here, he's not eligible. Also, 2 Acre Studio, he won on Monday. So he's already in. Joe, you can try. So don't worry if you... We're gonna check if everyone is included. So let's do, there's 1 more minute, something like that. List, no dupes. Okay, 30 seconds. Hello, Simon, Michael, Gianni, nice to see you. So I'm just gonna tell Claude Code to fetch all the chat messages, then we're gonna sort all the users into a list and no duplicates. And then you can see if your name is on the list. Okay, so there will be in 2 minutes. I'm gonna stop it. So let's see. If you don't see your name on the list, I can add it. But let's see if we can just get all the users first. 75 messages, that should be fine. Sometimes it fetches 100, sometimes just 75. I'm not quite sure. Might be something in the code here. Okay, so we have 35 so far. So I'm gonna scroll to slowly here. If you don't see your name, I'm gonna add you. Just let me know in the chat. So I'm gonna scroll slowly. Joe, I can see your name there. Jessica, hello. I will add you. Jessica. MS, I will add you. Harsh. Is null an error? No, I think null is a user. What's the YouTube server MCP, Rafael? It's just my local built MCP server. Ken L, I will add you. It's just a local. Dennis, I will add you. Dennis L. Yeah, if null, it might be an issue if there was one. We'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna do 30 seconds. If you don't see your name, let me know. Of course, I'm gonna add this. Yeah, looks like we are about 40 today too. That's good. Okay. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna write a Python code winner.py, pick a random username to win, create some anti-pissation, and print the winner username. Okay. So I'm gonna run it down here though, because I had some fireworks. I was a bit late. Suspense music. I expect the pelican on a bicycle ride to the winner, yeah. Did I have the code here from yesterday? I don't know what it's doing here. Okay, so I'm gonna check the code here, but let's see. Am I in a different... Ah, I'm in a different... Okay, so it's basically gonna be the same as yesterday. I'm just gonna double check the array here. Yeah, I think this looks good. Or is it though? Write the code to winner2.py only the users from this session. I'm just gonna double check. Yeah, null is here. Okay, I think we are looking good here. Just need to double check. Okay, yeah, we're good. We're good. Sharik, I'll add you in. You were here all day. Add Sharik. MS. Yeah, it's there. You don't see your name in the JSON? Yeah, I see you here. You're in the array. Here you are. Everyone is there. Okay, so let's run it. So, what did I call it? Winner2. Python winner2.py. Okay, good luck, everyone. Thanks, Arsuni. You're too kind. So Phil got a free membership from Arsuni. Okay, let's run it. Drum roll, please. And the winner is Gianni. Okay. So the winner is gonna be Gianni Carvaccio. Are you here? And Phil Brown, you got a membership, so you should thank Arsuni. So Gianni, if you're here, let me know. If not, we're gonna run it again. Gianni, are you here? If it's not here, we're gonna have to do a redraw. Let's wait, let's give him a few seconds. Gianni, are you here? I hope he didn't leave. Okay, so I'm gonna give him 1 minute. Because I have to go now. That's unlucky. I don't know. He was hallucinated, yeah. Okay, he has 45 seconds. Unless we're gonna do a redraw. Yeah, his bot crashed. Okay, so I might as well. If he... A new chance, yeah. Okay. So we have to do a redraw then. I'll leave him in again. if he comes back. Okay, so there's been a minute, so we have to do a redraw because he has to see the message. Sorry about that, Gianni, if you're still here. Okay, so let's do it again. So he's still in if he comes back during this draw. So yeah, let's try again. Good luck. Okay, drum roll please. And the winner is Shariku. Didn't you say you want to give this away though? What are the chances? What do you think, Sharik? I think he said he was gonna give it away though. But let's hear what he says. We could run it again if you don't need it. Roll again? Okay. What are the chances? That's crazy, right? Okay, so we're gonna have to run it again. Third time's the charm, yeah, that's correct. Okay, good luck. Drum roll, please. And the winner is Niranjan. Congratulations. So I can see you here. You just said I need this. So Niranjan, you can just send me an email. We're gonna do a new one tomorrow. So can I do Did you get that? Just send me an email. Yeah, that was a law of attraction. He just said he needed that. So that was pretty cool. Send me an email and yeah, Phil, that was really nice of Arsuni gifting your membership. On the member section, we're gonna do updated MCP servers soon. So yeah, send me an email and we figure out how we can resolve that. Yeah, Beascall, Sharik wanted to reroll again. Or do you mean, I don't think Nirajan want to do that. But we're gonna do a new draw tomorrow. Thanks, Night Spider. So, if there's gonna be like a GPT-5 stream, the stream is gonna be later, around that time. If not, I don't know. But thank you for tuning in. We didn't do a lot today, but we kind of looked at different stuff. Thank Arsuni, I appreciate it. It's really nice. So, have a nice day. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah, see you all again. Hopefully tomorrow on the GPT-5 stream, if you have time to watch. Bye, Jake. Bye, Tom. Davidas, Taib, Richard, Jose. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Michael, Unreal Link. Bye. Have a great day. Samme dag, 950.